say you had a great day? Yeah. So you caught that pump towards the end of the day? Oh, okay. I thought he's. Yesterday was man. Yesterday was good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I made so much money yesterday, and I straight up lost it just as fast. Like I went from being up 3K, going down to like 1,000, so I lost 4K. Had to make that back. Got back up to 2K, and then went back down to 1K. Then went back up to 3K, and I said, "Nah, fuck it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and start back where I damn. I'm not gonna."
I'm just gonna screen so I can go back later and watch.
I was actually thinking about taking that too. I was thinking about taking that.
How much time we got left? Oh, a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Boom. Dumb. Exactly what happened. Dumb.
Yeah, we know Powell's about to pump this shit, so ain't no point trying to.
Yeah, I gotta see what kind of event it is, though. It's not like regular
So I think it's like a little. I think it's like a. It says there's this ECB forum on central banking, so it's basically.
Oh, like last time, all of them would meet up and talk about their respective economies.
I'm assuming so. Hey, good morning, Tommy.
Maybe we can do it. I thought. All right, so this one account, I only gotta make 600 yen. It should be relatively easy. For the 50K, I gotta split it up. I did it for 5 days, $600 a day to hit the target.
Inflation in the euro area has fallen substantially from its peak.
I mean, and the Fed is basically a story now. These
But we at
motherfuckers
the
are just,
ECB are
they're just a
absolutely
story. They're
determined
just telling a
to
story.
ensure that inflation
Well,
returns
I
to our
missed this
target.
one.
But like
This
other
thing bounced
central
at
banks,
502. I had all
we
my targets
also
down
find
here
ourselves
underneath
in an
this
era
range.
of transformation.
So I'm not a part of this one,
Geopolitical shocks, a
but
changing
we'll see.
climate
We'll
are
see.
driving this
And
change,
now, when
upending our
MFF released
old
that thing on
reality
Wednesday, they said they're gonna
and
release it
replacing
Wednesday.
it with new uncertainty.
Honestly, it's not even
As
that
central
bad.
bankers,
Like,
our role will
you got to
remain
make
the same as
3K and you
before,
have $2,500
ensuring
of
price
end of day
stability.
drawdown, which
But the
and
world
a
in which
$1,200
we
daily
operate
loss limit. Like
is
that
likely
is
to
like a
become
really good
far more
fucking deal.
complex.
They're gonna break
So
their
at the
servers with
ECB
that one.
forum,
That's a good
at the
deal.
beginning of July, we will discuss how central banks
That's funny.
can
That is a
best
really good
navigate
deal.
this new
And
terrain.
they have
Please
the
join us.
you have to make $5 or not $5. You have to make $100 in 5 days for a payout, and your payout is capped at $1,200 per payout. Which honestly is dude, that's so good. It's so good. That is probably like the most legit account in the game right now.
Inflation is now
that's like a
returning
mixture
to central
between
bank
top stuff.
targets. Many have already cut interest rates. Others are considering doing
Top
so.
7 apex.
The questions now are how low will rates go and whether the global economy,
Oh, you got it.
whether
Mhm.
political risks that we see all around us and avoid a serious recession. Our next panelists are very much
that's actually going to change the game, man.
to provide the answers.
That's
This
definitely going to
session
change the
will
game.
be moderated by Sarah Eisen,
It is not loaded.
CNBC.
Freak.
Sarah, the floor is yours.
Thank you
Oh, this is whack.
much. I'm so
Damn
honored
it.
to be
Oh, I
back on
missed this,
stage
dude. Oh
with
my
you
God,
a
I
year
missed
ago,
this.
and it
So I
is
had this
my
marked on my
also
chart
great
too,
pleasure
this
to welcome
909
three
level.
people who need no introduction in this room. Chair
Man, I
Powell,
hate that I
Federal
missed that.
Reserve, President Lagarde, our
Man,
the European Central Bank, and President Campos
Look at the pump.
I know.
This
I
time
missed it, man.
last year, when we were all talking,
Freaking missed
They
it.
not loaded.
we're in the
Anybody else having these problems with Trader? I'm about to try the web browser.
fast forward 1 year. Now, it's interesting. While I'm going to miss Governor Ueda and his
Damn, I knew I should have logged
We've
in
got
earlier.
three great panelists here going at different speeds, I would say, when it comes to reversing that course. So
I already
let's
see
just open it up,
problems.
President Lagarde, to you and ask, where are you in this process? Because you cut in June. So now what?
Let's see.
Well, it's been a journey. You can't just say, "Oh, we cut in June." It's coming on the back of a period of hikes, which was unprecedented, facing shocks that I tried to describe.
Oh, but the web browser version will slow
A period during which we held
Alright, something's going on desktop.
and
How is it?
during which we were restricted
There.
actually
I'm in the
our
web browser.
target really
Web version.
is our objective. Most recently, we have seen in our round of
thing
projections,
is-
which are really important,
I don't have all
September,
my
December, March, and June, we've seen that 2% target with an oscillation of 0.1
broke out of that.
at the last quarter of 2025. So it's on that basis, and on the basis of what I'm happy to describe as, the three-leg reaction function and all the underlying data and information that feeds those three legs, that we decided to do a 25 basis points cuts. But in the same breath of air, I also said that it was not a linear process, that it was not a predetermined path
Yeah.
that we were embarking upon.
Nothing saved on here. That's kind
A
of
step that
whack.
followed by further review of data, further understanding of where our
I think I might go short on the ES if price gets around like
that's pretty much where
33-ish.
we are, and I would
If
simply
we get
maybe
a
add
30,
that
if we get price to
we
trade into
are
33, 35,
very advanced in
I'm
that
willing to
disinflationary
short it there.
path, and we are in that sort of slow recovery.
But we all know that it's
which,
Powell, so
came
me shorting
about during the first quarter, and
when
which,
we all know that
we
Powell
hope
pumps
will,
this thing is definitely a gamble.
persevere, but
Order
all of
filled.
that is
Yeah, I was about to say you gonna short Papa Powell.
the future.
Sounds like you're setting up the market for a pause now. Is that right?
I'm not setting up for anyone.
Look
I
at the
think
charts.
That is so
everyone to
crazy
really
how this
look
thing is just so really
look
good with.
under the skin of the economy and see where it's heading and appreciating what our reaction function is and how we're likely to decide.
Chair Powell, you have also been on a journey and have been on hold since last July, have not cut rates like the ECB in June. Why not? What are you waiting for?
So let me say that sitting here last year, there was a lot we didn't know, and we didn't know that we were just about to embark on a period of 7 months of much lower inflation readings. We didn't realize that the second.
I will say price is really trying to figure out where it belongs because especially on NQ,
It actually worked out in the second.
all back and forth between
And as you know, in
dipping below 20K
we continued
and all of that.
solid growth in the first half, actually.
It came
solid
back into
growth
this range.
in the labor market that's
So,
still strong, although we've seen a continued rebalancing in the labor
definitely
market.
came back into this
And
range.
inflation, after pausing in the first quarter, now shows signs of resuming.
So
its
the
disinflationary
question
trend.
is
So it's a
kind of
little
like
bit
what you
different
said.
journey. So where
I mean,
that,
will
where
the
that leaves
bulls
us
sit here
is,
and will they push it up
we've
like
made
this? Which
quite a
is
bit
more
of
likely,
progress on bringing
honestly.
inflation back
Like I
down
said,
to our
honestly, I
target.
think that
While the labor
127 to
market has remained
135
strong
might be the
and
level
growth has
that the
continued,
Nasdaq
we
is
want
trying to
that
get
process
to.
to continue. I think the last reading and the one before
I
it
think
to,
that's where it's trying to
in
get to,
inflation, and
honestly.
the one before it to a lesser extent,
Um,
suggests that we are getting back on a disinflationary path. We want to be more confident that inflation is moving
Oh
sustainably.
yeah, so yeah, I don't know if I told you, but yesterday I spoke about it in last night's NA meeting. But remember when I was like, the market looks like it's going to at least get to like 50, 20, 50 yesterday.
What we'd like to see
Man,
is more.
and you know how they were short. Yeah, I was talking to you about this yesterday, man. I was like, you don't know. I guess you do know. But the amount of shorting
weakening that is also something
that the Bears did yesterday. I
How
was
much
I was
more
so adamant. It
confident
got to
do you
the
wanna
point
be?
to where
The
it's like,
PCE
nah,
number,
this shit's hit my target or
2.6,
my
that
stop
wasn't
at
too
this
bad.
point. Because I've been in that trade for
So we're
like
actually on a
2
12-month
hours. I've been in the
basis, we're actually
Nasdaq
at
trade for about
2.6
2 hours,
post-headlining core for inflation.
trying to get my target.
That
As soon as
represents
it
really
hit 250,
significant progress.
I just
we
walked
peaked
away
at
from my charts
5.4% in
because
core.
that was
The
brutal.
same thing has happened in headline.
That was absolutely brutal,
We
man.
made a lot of progress. We wanted to that we're seeing
It was absolutely brutal.
reading on what is actually happening with underlying
Yeah.
inflation. And as
I ain't
we were
gonna lie,
saying
dude.
at
I
the
had
last
to,
part of last
man.
year, people were saying you need to declare.
I had to find ways to cut
And
time
we had a
because I was
quarter
like,
of
man,
inflation, which was well above 3%.
I see that the Bears are trying to sell this thing down, but they're failing. So I know that we're going to get a stop run eventually.
Is strong.
But like I said, I think after I got off stream around like 11 o'clock, 11:30, I was in that trade from
So
11:30,
September?
over leveraged, oversized, until about
I'm not
1:30 when
any specific dates here today. Let me also
we finally
say
got that push
we're
to
well
about
aware
150.
that
So
if
when we
go
got to
too
150,
soon, that we
yeah,
can
we got it
undo
at
the good work
1:30, and I
we've
was in
done
it
to
since
bring down
11:30,
inflation. And
I
if we go
think,
too late, we could unnecessarily
or around 11. Yeah, because I was in at this 900 level or 993 or something like that.
We're aware that we have two-sided risks.
I got in, and I was already high, so I was like, damn, this is like the top of this resistance level.
President Campos,
I don't
you
know.
have been on a
So when
different
it started
journey
to
because
drop,
you've
I
actually
was
been
like,
cutting
fuck.
rates for much of the last year and have recently paused. Why? What are you seeing in inflation data, and what do you do next?
Okay, so if you
So let me. I just kind of want to see what happens on this ES trade.
So Brazil was one of the first
I just want to
countries
see what
cut
happens,
rates.
honestly.
I think in part because we had a different call on the dynamics of inflation, both locally and globally, and I think that turned out to.
I'm gonna short at 325.
And then at some point in time,
I just want to see what happens on this trade. I kind of want to see if the market is going to respect technicals, honestly.
Throughout this process of easing, we've seen that the inflation
Even
has
though Powell
converged.
pumps this, I do know that,
We have
but I just
some
kind of
of the
want to see
problems that are
something.
common to,
If we're going to at least get a
advanced economies
drop
and other
to probably
Latin
like
American
around
countries,
this
which
area,
labor markets
and
very
then
strong.
after this event
So
ends,
there were
we can
two
see like
points
a
of
move
contention.
higher.
One was labor market being that strong.
I'm thinking that they're going
would
up.
at the same time mean inflation.
They saying in book map.
And even though we haven't seen that,
Pump
we
it.
try to do estimate what
Powell
would
pump,
be
baby.
the components of labor in every service so that we can anticipate if that were to happen. We haven't seen it, but we think it's, there is somewhat of a correlation when you look at the margin. And so we decided to pause. That had to do not only with numbers and
So
suspicion
Brianna says she got long at 2030
inflation that could peak at
for
some
the
point in
TP
time.
at 2074.
Prices we're going back up a little bit, and it's I don't.
What
I
is she
also
trading?
think that's
Apex,
not
top
only
step.
happening
What's she
in Brazil,
trading?
it's going to happen.
She's
too.
some
But
Oh, she's in the
also,
Sim.
as with a lot of noises that we had
cute, yeah, working.
this cycle, more recently we've had
Practicing.
sell-off in some of the emerging market
I
countries.
don't know if I wouldn't have taken that though.
This has to do.
Well, I would have looked to get in a lot earlier, but
The noises are related.
Powell does pump it.
One is the expectation on the path of fiscal policy, and the other one is expectation on the.
But we are going into some supply here. That's
I think it creates
tricky.
uncertainty enough that
spot.
for us, we needed to
Yeah.
interrupt and see how we.
That's why I was like, I just want to see
and
what
how we
happens
can
here
communicate better so that we
because
can
this is
eliminate
supply,
those noises.
and
Because there's a big disconnection.
honestly,
with
we
the
don't get a
current
drop
data,
down, honestly.
both fiscal and inflation data, and the expectation. So what happened in Brazil is the expectation started to, even though
Yeah.
the data is coming as expected.
Oh,
So you're talking about the fall in the stock market and the real recently when you talk about.
she gonna say Phil.
Matters is how this gets into a reaction function. So I'm talking about the
Hey.
inflation, the long end of interest
Relax.
curve. So we had
Don't get too cocky.
the steepening of the interest
Oh, she got an order hit?
Powell
the
pump.
devaluation of the currency, but for us,
Yeah, she got it.
expected inflation, both implied inflation from the
Get her
market and
TP.
expected inflation from the surveys.
Flying colors.
Yeah, I mean, President Lagarde, you have described.
What is Powell saying? Look at this straight. Yeah, you don't get this. This is a 100-point
in the
dildo
US,
candle on
according to
15
Hold on.
minute.
Not too
Did
bad.
the
Yeah.
Nasdaq
Core
just
was
pump
high,
and I got out of my
services
long?
are still above
Hold on.
4%,
Yeah.
keeping.
Did it just pump?
It's a 100-point
Oh.
candle.
Oh my god!
First
I
of all,
got
we
out the
had,
long.
as you
Oh,
said, a number that was lower.
Back to the long.
So
I got out because I
you said
didn't think it was gonna
bumpy,
work.
And it's proving.
Ah,
Thought
damn.
it was going short at that previous high. Huh?
No, I just didn't think it was gonna. I didn't think it was gonna do
and to
this.
set our target. So that's good.
It's the Powell pump.
But
You
we
know
still believe
this.
that it's
Look at that V-shaped
bumpy
chart
road
on
until
your chart. Look at that. Straight V-shape.
but we still
The
have
5 minute looks
target
ridiculous. It might drop here though.
second half of 2025.
Or might
Nice,
get
nice pump. Because like I said, I think real resistance at 127. I think that's where the market is trying to get to before Powell actually
You are
gets done with
correct
this,
that,
honestly.
Services.
And then we have
hasn't
jolts coming in at
budged.
9.
Services is at 4.
Well, at least my ES short is working. See,
Remember
you can
from
always
the,
count on
the
ES to do the
numbers
right
we got
thing.
This morning. And obviously, we are very attentive to the components and what is behind services. And the real issue is to understand whether those are
You can count on
Yeah, I
ES
wanna
to
take
short.
this
by sort of permanent
I want to
changes.
put this short just so I can see this is
Also,
too much. I mean, it did hit that area, but it's too much bullish momentum to
slowly and
be a short this.
And the jury is
Yeah.
out as to exactly what it is.
Yeah, see on
Right,
it.
you're right.
The matter is that we do have a service
That upper echelon area, like, yeah, 130, 127, yeah.
which is
Yeah.
at this.
I'd feel more comfortable shorting up
Now,
there.
obviously,
Even though it could drop
we
here,
don't need
but
to have services
I just
at
don't trust it.
2%.
It's too much
Those
bullishness.
Manufacturing
Yeah.
goods are below 2%, and at the end of the day,
Matter of fact, I'll place a limit to go long if we can get back down here at 45.
index. But we have to look really what is behind it, and what's behind it is
Well,
a lot of wages.
yeah,
Has a
yeah.
very high component of labor. Wages
Powell pumps it
suffer
and then
from
it
the
dumps.
impact of the labor system that we have in Europe, where clearly
Once it reaches its
bargaining
objective.
agreements are negotiated not only on an annual basis in some country, but sometimes on a triennial basis in other countries.
Okay, so I'm flat right now. I haven't done anything yet.
You know, for those people whose renegotiation took place early this year, they had not had a negotiation of wages in the last 3 years. In the meantime, of course, inflation went up and their real wages went down. So there is a,
Caught 50 points,
so we need to really
48
unpack
points.
all that to get to the root causes of inflation behind it. So we'll continue to look at that. We need data. It applies to wages. It applies to profits because we are seeing
Oh, there's only
profit
10 points.
gradually declining compared to the height where they weren't at the end of 22.
It's only 10
But
points.
we need to see those profits absorbing the way costs
But like I said, I think,
to make
I mean,
sure
if we
that
do
the
get that
second round
power pump on the
effect is out of
ES,
window,
which is
and
probably
services
highly
are
likely,
also
honestly.
going to be on
I
the
think the market is
decline
going to get to this
as well.
55.
This is
This is
this
where
is the
this is where
difficult
actually I'm
one.
gonna take a short for real,
I was just going to
like a
pose
short
that
around
Taylor
like
Swift is touring
55,
Europe this summer. And there
54
tends to
if
be
price
an
gets up
inflationary
here.
effect in services. Am I right, Chair
And
Powell?
then I
We saw it last
think
year,
from
didn't
here, we can probably
It's
see a
not
break of
just
these
Taylor
lows.
Swift, others have come as well. Larry Spring,
I don't know. I saw her at Wembley, and there was a lot of spending going on. No, but how do you
Yeah, freaking reset everything up.
inflation and how tied it is to wages, which have been rising?
Famously,
Freaking NQ, man.
services inflation.
And
is
I got out of my
sticky.
freaking long.
Famously, it's tied.
I got
to
out of my long.
wages. I would say
The top of this range at
look at the US labor
27.
market. We've seen
Literally at the top of this range.
a pretty substantial
27. Man, that's just pumped.
Yeah.
labor was in.
Why did Brianna get in at 20?
So what you see now is an unemployment
She got in at
back up
30.
30?
You see wages moving.
Brianna, the 5 contract. What is wrong with you?
Inflation and productivity, and
You're doing that on the real account.
making these new unemployment back to where it was pre-pandemic. There's so many other measures I could mention.
Hey, you can't do that. You
And so
can't do
the
that.
labor
You
market
can't tell me that.
This way 5K.
still a bit above where they wind up in equilibrium, but nonetheless, you see the labor
Yeah,
market
5
is,
contracts.
cooling on.
Can't be doing that on the real account.
We're watching it very, but it doesn't look
Not all in at once. Not like that.
a big problem for the inflation book. Indeed,
Yeah,
it looks
gain weight.
How you
That's what you would want it to do
your actual money.
over time, not quickly.
Keep it as real as possible.
It's kind of what we've been hoping to see and have been seeing. So, services generally are.
You can't tell her that, though. He said by contracts. Are you crazy?
Catch up inflation and inflationary pressures that happened earlier. Insurance is also
Trying this break and retest strategy. So that's why she got in. What did she say? She got in at 2030,
to work their way off to
2030,
more than 1 year.
and her TP was 74.
See all that in trend.
Why can't I tell her that?
2%
You
inflation
can't tell her.
this year or next year.
He said, "Do as I say,
Maybe
not what I
next
do."
year, but in the year after, we're making real progress.
I
Is it
got the season behind the
guard
screen time.
keep holding?
Definitely sorry.
Does it make it
I ain't
hard?
gonna lie, that was funny, man. So, are you crazy?
I'm going to take the conventional response because that's the conventional question.
That was funny.
5 contracts on real.
Do take into account the spillover impact of whatever is decided by other esteemed,
On the NQ?
obviously
Oh, man.
esteemed
Yeah, it said bye-bye account.
Chair Powell is one of those. So we
Didn't experience that pain yet.
will determine,
The
you know,
first one is
monetary
always
policy on the
free.
basis
Don't
of
let it be in the
what
sim.
we see in the economy,
The first one is free.
and we look at
The first
the
one is
data
free.
that we get,
And gain weight, you're absolutely
the
right.
impact
Hey,
that
gain weight,
factors have
No. See,
on our
gain weight, you like, yo, gain weight is
and
consistent with that. Every
Does it
time I
matter
tell him the
you
market's going to
what the
short
Fed does next?
and it's super short, we don't see him for a couple of days. And then he comes back like nothing happened.
Which is more recently we've seen a sell-off, especially the EM that had more
That's so funny.
the best.
Yo, he always do that. I was like, nah. Gain was like, nah. I'm about to go heavy. I'm about to go heavy. We about to long. I was like, nah, this shit going short. And Friday, boy, did the market go short.
There is a more fundamental
That is too funny.
When you argue with an experienced bear,
right now, but
that has to be a force to be a bull. Oh no, I'm gonna see them short opportimities, baby. I'ma see them.
And it's very synchronized with the long end of the US curve. And we've seen the last couple of weeks that even though the 10-year yield is more or less
Yeah, that's too funny.
actually going a little bit lower, we saw a bit of a sell-off in emerging
You
market
inverse the
countries. And I think
SHRM
that has to do
short.
with the fact that as
You'll find
you
out.
go
If you a bull, you'll find out.
or longer with
But
higher rates,
I seriously
much
do
higher
have
bets,
a like when
you
it comes to
start
buying,
extracting liquidity from the
dude. It
market,
just seems
and
like people
eventually
buy.
you are repricing
I
that
mean, in areas that
liquidity.
they do buy,
It
I
could
mean,
just
it
be
like
a
obviously you can
temporary
identify
adjustment
like a
in
double
EM, or
bottom,
it could
a
even
head
be
and
the
shoulders pattern.
beginning
I'm starting to
of a
identify
more,
those buying
profound
opportunities, but you have to
movement.
wait for it.
To wait
And you
to
gotta
see.
wait for that.
But I
I
think
don't want to
the
wait for that.
correlation between the U.S. Treasury
Like,
And
look at
some of
this.
the
Like,
EM has
to get a
been
good risk
broken in the last
reward
couple of
long
weeks.
on this, you had to wait
I think we should,
from
should
8
pay attention to
o'clock,
that.
What about the
taking this
fundamentals in
trade at
emerging
like
markets? 'Cause
a whole hour
the
for the market to set up for a
economies seem
long.
to do better during this hiking
When
cycle
a short
than they have
sets up in like
previously.
30
Why do you think
minutes.
that is? And does it continue?
I think most EMs did a better job in terms of, or at least an equal
Morning,
job in
JC.
terms
What's
of
up?
anticipating the process and starting the
Nah,
hiking
like I said, man,
process.
I'm a bear, but I'm
Also
a
in the
bullish
fiscal
bear. I mean,
part,
if the market is long, I'm
on
not going to sit
average,
here and try to
emerging
fight
market
it.
countries
Now,
spend
if I
more or
miss
less
a
10%
long,
of GDP,
I will always look for
facing
the short
pandemic.
opportunity.
Advanced economies spend
Always.
a little bit more than 20.
And I'm not going to
So I
get in
think there is
unless my
also this,
short is
this
going to
thing which,
be
didn't
pristine.
happen in the past,
And I
which
think I'm
is,
like 9
by
and
and
1,
large, emerging markets
maybe
were
like
able to deal with the pandemic
1.5.
spending less.
Wrong in my
And
shorts.
actually, when you look
I
at the
usually don't
fiscal
get shorts wrong.
post-pandemic,
Longs,
emerging market
maybe.
continues. It's
Shorts,
not the case of
nah.
every country, but continues
I don't
to
get
do a
my
little
shorts
bit
wrong.
better. So I think that also
The only time I really lose in my shorts is when I misunderstand how
the independence of the central
the
bank
market
and the
is
maturity that a lot of the
receiving
central banks
the
have
news.
gained in emerging markets.
That's why those are usually my worst days, when the markets are like extra bullish off of some crazy news
I
we
mean,
got.
all of your economies did better than
But
expected
I'm learning.
with the interest rate hikes. Wouldn't you say, Chair Powell?
Yes, I think particularly, yeah, I mean, many forecasters had a recession in 2023, which not only
I ain't gonna lie, this does look like an exhaustion pattern. Let's see if we can take out this high right here.
So
if we do get a
But you
failure
still
to
see
take out this
policy
high,
as
we can probably get like a short
we
back
do.
down
How
to VWAP.
Well,
Remember,
so that's
mind you, I
kind of
didn't
an
say a
empirical
reversal.
question.
I
So
say a
guess I
short
would say if you
down to
look
VWAP,
at-
and then we can
do
possibly go
think
to that
policy is structured,
120,
and we think that's
130
appropriate.
level.
Like
Like I said, I'm thinking that the market's going to probably reject around that 127 to 135 level.
in the form of job openings.
I'm pretty sure we'll
along with
get
a
there.
slight softening in unemployment in the form of wages. You see demand coming down, not just the supply that we're getting, but also demand coming down. You also see the effects of high interest rates in the housing market and in some other interest rate sensitive things. So you see that, and I think I do think that restrictive
Yeah, you're right,
policy is
Ganway.
working
We
hand in
should,
hand
as
with this
our
broad
economy.
supply-side recovery we've
But
had, where
I
we've
actually
seen
came across some
declining,
very good information.
shortages and
I'm
bottlenecks
going to
from
share
the
with you
pandemic.
guys.
We've also seen a
The
recovery
market
in
no
labor
longer
force
moves off of
participation
fundamentals.
among prominent
And
individuals in the U.S., and then some immigration, which is
now that the
also
market
been a
is
positive supply shock. So you
dominated
see all
by
those things work
firms,
together to
and
give
these
us,
firms are dominated
really
by
significant
algorithms
declines
and
in
quants
inflation.
and stuff
At the
like
same
that,
time, we've got a
the
strong
market
labor
doesn't
market
move
and
off
growth.
of fundamentals
This
anymore.
was
It moves off
it's a
of
great outcome for
mathematical
the people that we
formulas and
serve,
equations.
and it's one that we want to do
If we
everything
get a
can
dip
to
below a
So why
certain
not just
level,
cut rates to protect
these
it?
bots are instructed to buy it, regardless
Is it a
of
bigger risk?
what's happening in the stock fundamentally. I mean, if we get news, obviously those bots are going to sell, and we're going to see a massive drop. But as soon as the drop reaches a certain level, the bots are just going to buy it back up, and it's going to buy it right back up into where it started at. So it's you got to have your mindset to where it's no longer fundamentals. News still does influence the stocks, but it's only instantaneous. Like the stock market will cry about it for like 5 seconds, and then it'll turn around and buy it right back up because it's still Apple, it's still Microsoft, it's still Nvidia. Just because they had a bad day don't mean that it stopped being a profitable company. So they're going to buy it back up.
We lose
and once you start looking at the market in that sense,
we don't want to do that either.
The market trading the market becomes easier.
We've got to balance those two. And again, given the strength we see in the U.S. economy, we can approach that question carefully. But as I said earlier, though, you see a year or so ago, we were talking about inflation, and our framework called for us to focus on the variable, the mandate that is further from its goal.
All right, we got 5 minutes into the algo, and then we got 5 minutes until the JOLTS report comes out. Yeah, this does look like a short. We could probably get a bounce here at VWAP.
Looks at we've come straight down the beverage curve, which you're really getting to that place relative to job openings and hiring rates, where traditionally the beverage curve is flattened out, which would mean higher unemployment as a result of further declines in job openings. So you can't know that with precision, but it's very much understood by us that we have two-sided risks and we have to manage them.
What about the recovery in the Eurozone, President Lagarde? It's also been pretty resilient, especially on the unemployment front. How confident do you feel in sticking this soft landing?
Well, we reached a level of confidence back in June when we decided to actually cut rates by 25 basis points. But as I said in the opening remarks, it's not something that is taken for granted, that is a given. And we're going to re-examine each and every step of the way whether that confidence is actually continuously reinforced in order to continue on that path. And it's, I mean, the remarks by Chair Powell
$20,000, huh?
made me really reinforce my points about data, because we are navigating in this universe of one risk versus the other, but where data is so important. And data is so important because we proceed
All right, I'm short, baby.
burden
I was in a little early, but
of time.
Just
whether
be
it's,
careful, man.
The impact of our policy decisions,
it's like, yeah, it's gonna.
whether it's the
No, I think you're good. I think because this looks like an exhaustion pattern. I mean, we might get a green dildo candle all the way up to about 81, but as long as it doesn't take out that high at 97, you're good.
Political
As long as they don't take it out.
Certainly, they're front and center. It was nice of all the authorities to make elections all happen this week.
Well, I hit my
England.
target for the day.
President Lagarde, is there anything the ECB can do to shield the rest of the Eurozone from feeling
Yeah,
any
news in
negative
3 minutes.
impact
Thank you,
from
JC.
a divided
Yeah, we got the
government in France
jolts.
or
And
from whatever the
historically,
result
jolts
is
have
of the French
been,
election
the
in
market
a
has
negative way?
reacted bearishly
you
to
so much for
jolts
your question.
historically. So let's see if they'll continue to do the same.
It can't be a surprise.
Because I'm not going to comment on the political situation of any of the member states, particularly those that are facing elections at the moment. But, you know, obviously,
What's up, Alfred?
the European Central Bank
What's up?
has to do what it has to do. Our mandate is price stability. Price stability is obviously relying on financial stability, and we are attentive to that because this is part of our job, and we will continue to do so.
Does the rise?
I should probably cut this then, just in case, because you don't want to gamble the news.
We monitor
Yeah, you don't
Right on
really.
my break
the
even.
job. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's not particularly
I agree.
at this point in time. We do that all the time, and
Yeah. Well, it does look like
Banks in Brazil, and yet now you are the subject of many attacks from President Lula, and so I'm wondering how you're dealing with that.
attacks from me.
No, no, President Campos. Attacks from President Lula. I think he called you an adversary and an enemy.
Yes, well, I think as a central bank, we have to get away from the political arena and try to go on with the
No problem,
technical job.
Alfred.
And I think what
It really doesn't matter as long as you show up, baby. We appreciate it, no matter where we're doing it. But yeah, Smith is in the Discord streaming
in which Lula was elected,
or sharing his screen.
incumbent, president, in his last year of mandate, we increased rates in a cycle that went from 2%.
But
to
yeah, Smith,
75%.
yeah, I was thinking about this
That's
shit
the
all last
biggest
night.
increase in
I've never,
rates
it's been a
in
while
an
since I've been on
election
an
year in the
emotional
history
roller
of
coaster
any
within
emerging
Q.
market.
I
So
can't
if
just
that
jump
is
back
not a
into it.
proof that you are
That was an emotional
independent,
roller coaster
and you
yesterday. I haven't
acted,
behaved like that in a while.
autonomously, it's difficult to find another example like that. All this narrative that the central bank has been
Like all that,
Welcome back, baby.
we have to get away
welcome
from
back.
that and explain what
All
we're
that
doing.
potential
I think
profit.
what
I can't
we're
believe I
doing
was
is
up
very
4K.
technical.
Like, dude, I
The
made
last
20K
decision was
yesterday all
unanimous,
together
we
and
now
only
have
walked away
board
with
members in the
500.
board
That is just
that were,
crazy, man.
chosen by,
Like, it
by
is
the current
freaking
president.
crazy.
And I think what we need to separate
I couldn't
what-
close
what
the
is
charts. Like I
political
said, I was gonna
narrative
close the
and
charts,
what is the technical
and I
job
kept it
that we
open
need-
and,
that we
and
need
went
to
back
do.
in.
And I
I'm
think
like, what the
history will tell and time will tell that the job was done we could do with the data that we had at hand.
With ES, I mean,
in
she
the most
runs you
technical
down,
way,
so it's like you
and
don't even want
was
to do
done,
it. It's like I'm not dealing with this.
in a group of people that actually analyze all the data and that work
No, y'all saw that.
judiciously to be able to get to the conclusions that we.
If he stayed in the
no.
position, would your target got
Any
hit?
advice for him? You've been through.
I was still in the position. I didn't close it. I set a trail, but
So I will.
price dropped so fast that I had pumped back up that
We've
it
been given this great responsibility and powers and
that
really
it
important.
stopped me out like
And we've been told to stay out of politics and just.
because okay, so the low was at 2030,
And that's what we do.
right?
We don't.
It stopped me
Try to-
in profit at 20. That was 20 points.
In particular,
It stopped me out at
just focused on our
2051.
through that. And if we do that and do it well, in the
Dang.
United States, there's very broad support for.
That's how fast it dropped, and it's like my trail couldn't keep up with it. And by the time price pumped back up, I was already out of the
as
position.
long as we just are seen to be doing
I mean,
and staying.
it was in profit, but still,
Can I say something?
Yeah.
that's whack. I only got
I think that there are countries
$395
where
right now.
governors do it
$395.
I said, and yet get blamed, criticized.
That's crazy.
For some, it takes courage to do the job in addition to being a good
Wow.
technical expert.
Now, do they take over? Do the shorts take over?
I think so, man. I think we're gonna get a short down until VWAP,
I
man.
don't, it doesn't seem like President Lula is going to reappoint you.
I think we
You
shorted
worry
until
about the
VWAP
independence
because I mean we
of the
made.
central bank.
I mean we got this move down.
First,
Price traded all the way back up. We got this liquidity sweep, but we kind of know that the Nasdaq kind of it's kind of wonky with her liquidity sweep. She traded back into this range at 95, and then from this range you saw that drop.
In the law.
But
President of the central
but let's see how she plays it.
Any
Let's see if she'll
circumstance
drop
will
it down
have
to
any incentive to
VWAP,
bend his knee
and then we can
in
get
order to
that
have
moved up
any
to that
kind of
127 level that I
election.
was looking at.
That we need to make
Or
it very
if
clear. Secondly,
she'll do it here.
there is actually a risk premium down in the curve, and I think it has.
I'm at least going for the 23%. You can at least give me the 23%. 2021.
The next leadership or the next team takes place.
Let's actually look at that because
Very slowly.
let's look at
because the
that.
central- the
Let's look
president
at that on the
can change
Nasdaq.
2 directors
I got the
every
tool.
year, and we have 8 directors.
There's no reason why I
plus the
shouldn't use it.
president. So right now we have 4
I ain't even
directors.
tripping about VWAP. I mean, you can get down there if you like, but give me the
Decision was unanimous. So I think what
give me the freaking
the last
23%.
prove that there was the group is cohesive in trying to. So I understand the premium and there is always this uncertainty, but we have which is composed of 8 directors plus a governor voted unanimously, understanding that that was the best for the country at that time. And so I think I understand that there is a risk premium, but I think with time that risk premium will tend to decrease.
There are concerns in the United
Okay,
States
so-
about Fed independence. If President Trump gets
Let's see.
elected, there have been reports that
Let's
he's
see.
looking
Let's
at
see if
that
this is working
issue.
out.
Obviously, you've been subject of attacks before.
Okay.
What is your
I mean,
level
yeah.
of concern about that?
I mean, they're using it. They're definitely
I'm
using
not
the golden
focused on that at
fibs,
all.
the golden
That's-
fib areas,
that's not
man.
just a talking point.
You can see it's all lining
I
up.
really think
They're bouncing off
that
the
we just keep doing our
23%.
jobs. I mean, the U.S. economy.
This one traded through the
4% unemployment, it's
23%,
growing at
and
2%,
if you took this
inflation's at
trade, then
3.6%.
I think that was
Let's keep
yesterday.
that going.
No, that
Let's
was
do
today
our
at 7
jobs.
o'clock.
History will judge. I think if we can keep things on that path.
Where the
that's
23% at on your?
what
Oh,
I'm
actually,
focused
I
on.
didn't even look on your chart.
As I mentioned,
Is the
do think
23% at
support for
2021?
independence is very high. Where it really matters. I mean, both political.
This is based off the previous high right here at the 0%. Previous pre-market high.
Jobs.
So
That's what I worry about.
wanna touch
which
politics,
that's
but
what I'm
Lagarde
sure that
does bring
can't
in
come
the fiscal policies, right? We heard Trump say it. There are concerns about the deficits in France, if the far right
I'm
should
gonna put my
in
stop.
the United States about the deficits. So I wonder if you have something to say or to warn on
But it's stop.
as it relates to
Oh, why is that 15? Hold up. That's crazy.
Well, fiscal matters enormously, true, and it matters in
Can't put stops here.
from my perspective. It matters from a
Oh, okay.
conjunctural
Yeah, I'm about to
way,
get stopped
and
out.
thank goodness the European authorities have agreed
All
on.
we gotta do is just make sure we
the
watch that
fiscal
high right there,
governance that
because
will
yeah, the
take
bulls
over
are coming in,
after
and
the
that's what's
Growth
crazy
and
about the
Stability
Nasdaq
Pact
and
has been,
trading the ES and now
replaced,
coming back to
has
the
been
to
suspended
Nasdaq. I
and
kind
now
of see
completely
why
replaced.
people
So there is
get
a
emotionally
framework
caught
within
up
which members
if you're
of
coming
the
from
European Union have to
a slower
operate,
market
have to
coin
control
from the
direction of
Nasdaq.
their debt, have
As
to
long as
make
you don't
sure
take out
it
that
is,
high, she's good. You're
sustainable
good.
going forward.
Yes,
through
there's a
the
lot of
efforts
bullish
that they
momentum going up
deploy,
higher,
and,
but
and
as
have
long as
to
we don't
keep
take
their
that high out,
deficit,
the short is
on
good.
watch
You just have to
with
endure
enough
all this
flexibility, and
movement,
that's the second part of fiscal
even though it's being
spending that I'm
contained
concerned about,
in this
with
one spot. That's how you have to look at it.
sufficient of
If you
an
don't look
impact
at it that
on-
way
a focus
and
on
be calm,
productivity, on
you'll flip
growth of investment
out
that
of a
will be
winning position
conducive to
because
both,
it looks
then
bullish.
my hope is that in addition to operating within the European fiscal framework, which has been
It's feeling bullish.
European members, in
Oh
addition
yeah, it
to
feels
that,
bullish, all right.
countries will actually look at the structural
But the bulls gotta
changes
prove
that
it.
they have to
They gotta prove it.
either continue to
Damn, I think they might get it though, because there's.
also that they will continue to
I mean, okay, let's get a quick
because
sweep.
I regard that as critically
Please.
important for productivity
Give me a
purposes,
quick sweep.
which we are lagging behind and have been lagging behind for a
Okay,
while.
quick sweep, quick
So
sweep, quick sweep. Oh,
we're not
yeah,
so
quick sweep.
fiscal expectations as Roberto was saying for Brazil or emerging market economies, but we're very concerned about the fiscal rules that have to be respected within the European Union and the structural reforms that will be conducive hopefully to productivity.
It's bouncing off a freaking.
Because that's the only way for Europe to actually
Yeah, so yeah.
remain strong and
Free market high.
in those changing circumstances and transformations that we have talked about.
And
All right, so if you got it at 45, you might see a bounce at 40, 42.
I have heard you talk about
That's where the 50
unsustainable
EMA
debt
is sitting
burden
at.
of the United States and
The
lately,
ES,
there's been a sell-off in treasuries.
the
after
ES, I mean, for the
increasing
ES
odds
traders out
that
there, I mean, I'm gonna go
President
back to
Trump
ES.
will be reelected. That
Only
there
thing
might
I
be a
really wanted to do
sweep
was
of either
gamble
party. Doesn't
Powell,
that make you
but
nervous when
my
it comes
ES
to
trade
the
is still
progress
good.
we've had on inflation? If we do see more expansionary fiscal policy,
We'll
more
see. Like I
deficit,
said, we'll see with this trade.
bigger deficits, bigger debt loads.
We'll see if
So I'm
the
gonna-
market
I'm gonna give you
trades
the
lower.
traditional answer
My only
to some
concern is if
extent,
the
and that
market
is
does get
that,
into this 90 area,
we just
if
don't-
we do see
fiscal
90,
policy is a job for elected people.
I do have a long
so we
position
don't
in this
comment on
area.
it,
I don't
particularly
know
in
if we'll
advance
get
of
it.
a
I don't know
presidential
if the
election.
market.
We're not
We'll see.
commenting on anybody.
We'll see.
anyone's particular
If we don't
policies
if we
one
don't
way or
touch
the
that
other.
55
I will
level,
say more broadly,
then
though,
I'll be
United
more
States is running a
confident
very large
taking a
deficit at a
long
time
down
when
here.
We're at full
But if
employment.
we touch this level first,
It just is the level
or
of
I'm
debt
sorry,
that we have
I
is
said
not
that wrong.
unsustainable.
If we
The
touch
path
this
that we're
level
on is
first before
unsustainable.
touching the
That's
level up
completely
here,
uncontroversial.
I'll feel
I
confident
would have
taking
thought
this
that,
trade, win or lose.
This is something that
But if
should
we get to
be
this level
a
first,
top-level
and we
issue,
trade
you
down,
hear this from a lot of elected officials, but it should be.
I don't know about
forward is
this.
How do we get back to a sustainable path? Because
Smack. Yeah. Damn it. I know what they're. Yeah. Good. Should have got out when I had the chance down here.
for very long. I mean,
Because it's holding that.
I can't really speak to the time, but in the longer run, we'll have to do something.
Yeah, about to get smacked.
Still gotta take out that high
Yeah.
first. Oh yeah, never mind. You're scalping.
Let's do a basic exercise.
Well, I was
Look at
trying
total
to.
debt
Yeah, this is bad. That's bad.
4%
See,
of the
let's see if we
total
want to take it
global
out.
debt. That went in terms of went from 1.6
This is.
for the pandemic to around 3.
But then you add can we get like a little double top kind of action? Or no?
much higher than
Nah, this is
much higher
cut this.
serves the
I'm gonna
debt.
have a chance.
So I think there is an aspect globally. That
Alfred said that
election
Powell got the
increase
purple
that
tide. No wonder why it's so
cumulative
bullish.
will have an effect.
Nah,
in the
Pump It
market
Powell says whenever
that
he step
sometimes is
out,
not,
he
pricing
pumps it.
correctly. And if you think about what we have to do right now,
Whenever he
we
steps
have to
out, he
pay
pumps
for the
it.
cost of the transfer programs that we did. We need to pay for the cost of the green transition, which is somewhat expensive.
He said,
We
"Hey,
need to pay
they said that
for
first
the
pump was
cost
weak.
of the
Well, shit, hit him
fragmentation,
with
which
another
you look
one.
at the surveys, it's very costly for governments and for governments.
Hit him with another one."
For the cost of the low-income countries the pandemic and now need support. We need to pay for the cost of demographics, and there is a certain to be paid because of the innovation. So we have a lot of bills to pay. So we a lot of bills to pay. We have a high
I'm
level of
really going against
and I think sometimes
bullish momentum.
I think it's time.
I mean, like I said, dude, I think,
to
see,
think about a way.
hey, when a bear say the market is going short, the market is going too short.
Stable trajectory of the debt in the not
Okay, first target hit.
country or the other.
That was scary though.
Actually,
I know, man.
global debt is very high.
I know.
I would have
It's
felt
gonna start
bad
taking a lot of liquidity from the market.
closing out like that.
The ones that will feel the effect are not the advanced economies, are the emerging
Put that there.
market economies. And the low-income countries are feeling that effect already.
And you think the market is
Two
mispricing?
more.
I think the market was missing a little
All right,
bit
so
the
we
fact
may
that
see a
if you
reaction
have
here at this
higher
40
rates
level.
for longer.
But like I said,
the
honestly, I'm thinking
effect from
that
extracting liquidity,
they're going to try to get the
depending on how
VWAP
much
at
longer you're
least.
gonna have these
We
high
may see
rates,
price continue
I
to
think
trade
the risk
down,
is higher than
but
what the
I
market
I
expects.
think price probably will stop
I
here.
also wanted to
So
ask you, President Campos, about China.
I just
You have a pretty good view. It's such a big
100% here.
for you.
But I am trailing, so
What's
we're
going on there?
good either
How
way.
much is China's?
And I'll call it a day after that.
I'm not sure I'm very equipped to tell you what's happening in China. I can tell you that
Yeah. Oh, what? Did you see that?
this is very important.
Did you see that?
What happened?
We are very
Now I'm going to do You're not going to do my position like that.
so China is a very big
I
trade
mean,
partner with Brazil.
I do want to point out that
And
they are at
has
the
been
top of
for
the
a
range, so
while.
you might get a push
Regardless of
back
the
up to the
government, it's
21
important
EMA.
to
And if
understand that
price
that is
doesn't,
a very important
I
tie
did
to
it. All
Brazil.
right. Well, anybody
One
that's in
thing that
this right
we
now,
look from looking
we may get
from
price to
far
come
away
back
is
up
we're
to the
trying to see
21
whether the
EMA.
policy that
And if
China
the
is
bears
doing, where
don't
is
push
it-
it
where is the
down,
focus,
then
what
we
is
might
the
see
impact that this new
a
policy
break
will have for
of
us.
this high finally.
But because we export mainly
Because
food
technically,
items and iron ore, we don't see that as
technically,
a
this
big
kind of
threat. I
is
think
a
some other
two-legged
countries will have
pullback, technically.
a different,
But I still think that there is
understanding
some
of
more
what
room
this
for
impact
downside.
will be.
Yeah, I mean, there's also trade barriers that are going up. President Lagarde, tariffs. I mean, in our election.
Yo, they missed my
More
target. That
tariffs.
had to be by a
Are
tick.
you
Yeah.
seeing
What
in
was-
terms of
Hey, TradeNet doesn't have like the auto trail.
inflationary impact?
Like once it gets to like a certain spot,
Well, we're
their
not
stop
seeing
automatically
yet
moves forward.
more
You know,
tariffs
it doesn't
than
have that.
what had been decided back
You can set it up.
years ago, and we
I have mine set like that. I like that.
maintained
That auto trail. All I gotta do is place an order and it'll trail.
certain products. So that is stable. What is
Like
not
if I wanted to
stable
place this
is
stop
the
here,
number of protective measures,
price
WTO rules,
bounce off by
the
23.
level of disputes that
Uh,
brought before the WTO, which is not in a position to resolve them because they are not equipped.
okay. Yeah, we got room to the downside here.
And
We're hitting it. We're
magistrates
touching a few
point
lots,
to that effect. We've had more than
or
3,000
at least the 21. I'll leave it there.
trade
13.
protective measures.
All right, so yeah, if I just place it like this, boom,
That is
buy
like
stop,
5
and then
times what
see it trails
the
with it.
normal average of measures that are decided. So that's a concern. And it's a concern because
Don't pull back though, hit it.
fuel
Don't.
growth, and because Europe at large is not a small
Okay.
open
All
economy,
right, I'm
but a
calling
large
it here.
open economy.
I'm calling it here.
And trade restrictions are going to affect
That's dirty. Nah, but they
other
man,
countries that
that
operate without
I had my
degree of
first
opening
TP or the TP at
ability in a way.
no, it was my last TP. I had it.
Dude,
at
what the
20
hell?
I had it right at,
Typically,
Order filled.
trade is,
right at. Oh, look at this pump! Right at the 23%, and it missed it by like a tick.
and I think that the combination
What is wrong?
of
NQ is so shiesty for
trade
that.
on
Yeah,
growth
she is, dude.
and
She
the
definitely
impact
is. All right, so
that
this is gonna be the
on
moment of truth right
capacity to
here.
innovate and to
If the
improve
bears don't push it off this,
is,
we breaking this
a
high.
vulnerability for Europe and one
We
that
breaking
have
if they
to
don't push it
address,
down.
very forcefully.
And well, we already know that the bears are weak out here for real. So
So
And it's not
crap.
independent from inflation. I'm not getting away from it.
7 trades.
It's
That was scary though. Honestly, I should have been shorting up here. That makes sense. I should kind of short in the middle of this ranging price. Lesson learned. Don't do
Ignoring any
that
potential
again.
political
It
proposal.
looked like, look, okay, so look, it had this, and I'm kind of just talking to myself at this point, but
The economy.
so it had this type of action right here, like boom,
Those are not our jobs.
get another line out.
Do those jobs. We do maximum employment.
Boom,
So in our political economy, we stay out of that.
Right.
boom,
But has
down here, right? So it's forming
surely
what's looking like
and maximum employment.
forming this downtrend. So what I did, my dumb self, I jumped the gun, and this is what? Oh, this is 9 a.m. algo right here. So that's why this looks great.
I mean, literally everything, all these things affect
2K tick.
jobs, but notwithstanding
And
that
then so we get that sweep down, and of course the buyers come back up,
comment, that's all.
Understood. So
and it's almost
back
like
to your
they
job then. There is this debate and among the
almost
Fed and other central bankers.
top
where
here,
policy
this
rates are
here,
going.
straight
What
down.
are the neutral rate, what that rate should look like, and whether it's different.
And down here,
COVID. What do you think?
Can we go back?
that,
Sure. Please.
and then straight back up to
So our
kind of double top, almost, but not quite.
I
But we
guess
can
I'll
call it a
start
double
by
top.
saying that
And
the
then
thing that we write down as part of our summary of economic projections, and the
highlight
thing
that
that we
there,
mean by R stars is the
bear stepped in,
it's the rate of
highlight this here, bear stepped in again,
We're at stable prices and employment, and there are no shocks hitting.
and then
This is not the economy today.
Line.
The first thing to say is that when we're sitting in the boardroom in Washington thinking about whether our policy
all the way down here.
appropriate rate for this economy right now, we're not battling over what long run our star is.
So in my head, what I'm
It's
seeing
an economy that's still recovering.
is this forming this downward kind of trend.
Forces are pushing it this way and that way.
In reality, this was kind of like consolidation before
It's a very
news.
challenging time.
Kind of.
The question,
They try to take it back up, double top this, and
we're
drop.
going to go back to
But that, I
the
mean,
levels of neutral rates that we had
that's not really like a real short.
financial crisis.
These are just
We're going
scalps.
to go
I'm not
way
looking
back
for
from today's high rates to that.
for 1,000
Intuitively,
points.
most
Order
people think
build.
that we won't go back to those very, very low rates.
This is looking.
During the,
It could. I mean, there's a lot of wicks though, so that's what's concerning.
we don't
me.
really know.
5 minutes.
The
A lot of
neutral rates
wicks.
move around, we think, but
We go to that.
moving longer.
Look at all these wicks down here.
Technology
It almost looks like a bull flag, but with a lot of wicks.
over time.
Yeah, honestly,
all
I
of
think
those
it
things
does.
move
Honestly,
around,
this does look like a
move
bull
around.
flag if you-
Ultimately, the
because
balance
you
between
do
savings and
have
investment. So
your
it's a great
flagpole,
conversation to have, but honestly, when we're
then
looking at policy in the
them right
boardroom,
here,
it's how
and
is
then
our-
all you gotta
how
do
is
is
our
really break
policy
out to the
affecting today's
upside.
economy, and do we think we're getting the results that we want? And by and large, in a world where this isn't a precision, we think we are. We're
Yeah.
a gradually cooling economy, a gradually cooling labor market.
So I think if it does break that though,
4%
where's your?
employment,
Oh, you're
4%.
okay. So you're long.
We're getting kind of what we want to have, and so that's.
49.
I worry that.
Yeah,
some
I'm kind of
people-
I'm long at
but
the.
some
Go
people
ahead.
think that the R star
No, go ahead.
is the thing that dictates our assessment of how.
Oh, no, I was
restrictive
saying that,
policy is. It's really not.
I
Unless
think
you
it's
Thinking
unless
that
you
they're
think
going to
that
want
the long
to.
run
I'm
rate
just
is
going
the
to keep
same
it
as
right here
today's
just in
rate.
case
I
they
think
do
that
come
investors
back
are
in.
trying to figure out though where you're going to end up and what the
Because I'm kind
policy
of
path
conflicted.
looks
Like,
once you start
yeah, this
cutting
looks bullish
rates.
as hell.
It becomes.
But I want to short
important
this, man. I want to short.
No, I agree.
God damn
It
it.
does. It's what will we discover?
I
to
don't want
be-
this to work,
we'll
man.
find
But I
it
know it's going
empirically.
to.
What will we discover it to be? And I think
Take a shortcut. Yeah.
we feel very strongly.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the next leg up.
Mhm.
And pop.
Probably it's unknowable. It does matter.
It finally breaks that high.
Where rates will settle out, but it doesn't matter much for policy decisions.
The upside potential looks.
I guess we want to know if they're like 10,
My
10
only
cuts
concern
coming
about
or
this long is
15
that
cuts.
they
I mean,
didn't
do you
really
think
technically they
President
didn't
Trump
touch
has
VWAP for
changed
real.
post-COVID?
But they
Are you
did make
dealing
a
with
strong low
different
here.
economy?
So that's kind of why I took this
So the
trade.
I-star story for
Honestly,
emerging
I
market
should keep
countries is a little
my
bit
stop
different.
right here, but this
For
is the
example, if you look
Nasdaq,
at-
so I'm not playing that
if you have
stupid
a
game with
table
her.
of countries
She's gonna have
of
to come and
Latin
stop me
America,
out.
You would find that
I'm not playing that
these
stupid game.
models internally used by
Come to my targets. My stops.
you had are certainly high, like Brazil from 3 to 4.5, but in some
Yes.
are going.
It's adjusted.
So the question is, what is
52.75.
the long-term view, as Chairman Jay described? And I think for us, it's more like
So
and what is
we're expecting a breakout,
for the
basically.
neutral rate in
Yeah.
Brazil to be so high, 4.5%.
But
real.
my-
It's real-
another
it's real-
concern
it's
is
really
that,
high. And I think a lot
Well,
of
I
it
mean,
has
the
a lot of
Nasdaq and the
structural
ES don't
elements
really
from the
move for real,
past,
in
but
tandem.
It has
It
intensified
doesn't really
during the
move in
pandemic.
tandem.
And
I
we
guess
could
in my
go and
mind,
talk
I'm
about
thinking
the amount
that
of
right
subsidized
now,
credits.
the ES
We
is
can talk
in
about
heavy
the
supply.
trajectory of the debt.
It hasn't
We can
dropped.
talk about
So that makes me
productivity. For
think
example,
that
when you
we're
look
going to
at
get a
productivity,
breakout
there is
soon on
something
the
that not a lot
ES
of people
higher.
talk about, which is
And if we do get
in the
that
need for
breakout soon on the
raising money,
ES, like I said, I'm going to be looking to
sometimes the
short
adjustment is done on the
55 for
revenue
real.
side. When you do the adjustment on
55
the revenue side, if you look
around,
at
and then
what's being
scale
done
in
in emerging market
55,
countries, and even in some advanced
60
economies, you
around
tend
there.
to go back and
that's
tax
gonna be my
capital more
short
than labor, because
for
it's very
today.
hard to
I
tax
think we
labor
get.
out of
I
a
think we're about
pandemic.
to get that breakout though.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's been happening for a while now, globally, and especially in emerging
Because
markets.
usually if they wanted to
you
short this
introduce some
level,
other
they
elements
would have
that
done
will
it by
bring
now.
productivity lower.
But
So when you look at the
they haven't, so that
causes
just
of
tells
the-
me that
of the neutral rate to be so high structurally, that's I think what we need to work on. And
it just
Brazil
tells
has
me
done
that
it.
we just got some more
We have done
upside.
reforms, and I think if you compare to other EM,
Yeah, upside. I'm looking for
in the
103.
middle of the pandemic,
103.
Actually, no,
security reform, we're doing
it's a 101.
the labor reform, all in the middle of the pandemic.
Like I said, I think we can at least get to 114. Like that 127, 135-ish would be like the extreme. But I think 114,
and I think we need to
we can
go on
we can
and
see
talk
that for
about
real
what are the
on
reforms that are
114 on
needed,
Nasdaq.
in the medium term to make sure that we have a structural rate, a neutral rate that is lower than
But
we have
at the
right now.
same time, I do see
President
that
Lagarde, do you
we
ever
are.
see a world where we get back to near
All
zero
right, so
interest rates
this is
after
why
the
trend at
crisis?
Nasdaq can be kind
So I
of.
think we're heading towards that.
I mean, yeah, we're still in that bullish flag. technically we're still in the
at this
downtrend
point in time,
with the
it's very
flagpole
unlikely,
up like
but,
this.
it's not something that I would want to pass judgment on. What I can tell you is that
You think they're going to
start having
officially go for VWAP and then pump it?
I think they want to go for VWAP.
perfectly well, and that
Yeah,
would
I think they want to go for
completely
VWAP.
subscribe to,
Because
I
technically
would
they
be
didn't touch it.
relieved, because it would mean that we are
Yeah. Let's look at the book map.
it would mean that we do not have it
Okay. And
suffered by the
yellow orders.
nor on the immediate
Shouldn't that be
horizon.
well?
So that
Yeah.
would be good news. But
Yeah, I
we
didn't
are
think so.
certainly not at this stage, and this
I
is
didn't
not
think.
the
I
work
didn't
that we
think
do
that it
when we
would
set
do
out
it.
our policies
But we'll
going
see,
forward.
because I mean, we
One
are
thing that's
seeing a
been
lot of
moving
buying
fast and
here.
has the
I mean, I'm not
potential
concerned for this
to
position.
impact economies
What I'm really
is
looking
generative
for
AI.
in this
And I know
position
we started
is,
talking about it a little bit here
well,
on
if we
stage last
do
year.
get
It
a
was
drop
early,
down,
but
do I have
things
my
have moved,
stop in
President
a
Lagarde.
decent
So
spot to
how
stay
are
in
you
it?
thinking about any impact
And
or
my other
productivity
concern
or
is, like I said, this
inflation
ES
of what's
trade.
happening in technology?
The Nasdaq doesn't have to
That's
really,
a subject for which we need
like if
another
the
hour,
ES is
because
short
there's so many
and
questions
the Nasdaq is long,
about it.
sometimes it does do that.
Number
And then
one,
once the
there has
the
to be
Nasdaq gets
some
to that level,
regulatory
then
framework
that's when
within
the,
which AI
and they
and
short
generative
together.
AI in
Or
particular,
and vice versa,
especially if it's
if
in the
the
hands
ES
of
needs to get to,
a
is
small
already on an area of
oligopole of
support and the
companies,
Nasdaq
is
isn't,
actually
the Nasdaq will
organized
move
in
until
order
it gets to
protect the
its and
number
then
of,
its level of support, and then they'll
rights
move
and
together.
protection
And I do
of-
see that
of
happen a
citizens.
lot with the
I would
Nasdaq and
start
the
from that,
ES.
which is not where we are for the moment.
I don't know if this
Although
is
there are
going to be that
attempts
situation, because I
to
don't see the
organize in a
ES
better
really
way, as
pumping
was the
out of
case
this,
with, internet
but
on a global
it
basis,
could.
the use of generative AI.
And I'm
So
just showing you
point
what I'm
number one.
talking
Point number
about.
two, and I will let Roberto talk to that.
This was just like a 20-point sweep just now.
The question of how much
They
energy
took it down
is used in order to
2050
test
till
language models
2030
is really
and
something
pumped
that
it right back up.
often
Mm-hmm.
on the
So you
in discussion, and yet
fending off that off the shorts.
the impact
But
that
now it's
AI
like
will
they,
have on growth, on
I don't
inflation,
know, they're,
productivity, I think is.
I don't want to, dare I say, scared to take it higher?
I think
I
most people
mean,
would
I'm
agree
pretty sure
that
after this
it will
power
have
gets
an
done
impact
speaking, we're gonna get this
to pull
pump, man.
out,
I mean, it's kind of,
the ladder of jobs in most sectors.
Powell ain't trying to go out like that.
In
But
areas
my
where
only concern is with the
mechanical
ES.
developments have not historically affected
The ES would have to
jobs
take
in
out this high,
particular,
which is
and it
unlikely
will
unless
require
Powell like
significant
says something
amount
crazy
of
and he takes this
training
high
and
out. This is a
constant
strong high
upskilling
on the
of,
ES
of people
right
so
now.
that they can adjust
So
to artificial intelligence,
my question
use
is,
it, and not be victims of it.
does the Nasdaq pump
I
and
would add
dump,
to that
and the ES does this
we at
chopping
the
thing,
ECB
and
are
then
using
once the
artificial
the
intelligence,
Nasdaq gets to its
try
level, they start to
do
short
it
together,
in a safe
or does the
environment
Nasdaq pump
without
and the ES
being,
pumps
hostage
together?
to those companies that
That's just the
would
only
like to have
thing.
access to the most private of our data. So it does require
Yeah, this is looking sus.
control without.
Is it in town? Oh yeah, it is kind of. Well, it's in that flag, so you're gonna get.
You use it in models? How do you use it?
We use it in models. We use it in,
And it's still
whenever
bouncing off of
we
the
need
top
a
of that
lot
range.
Language
So
mining.
we'll see if we can
and
we get
whether
a
it's
touch of
structured or
VWAP.
unstructured
We'll see.
data for that matter. We use
See if we'll
it
get a touch.
and we are constantly pushing the frontiers of that.
So yeah, that was
But
that, like
as
I said, that was my
cautiously,
biggest
because we need
concern.
to
It was
protect
like, well,
data, and
does the
we need
Nasdaq
to
get up
make
into
sure
this
that there is
level
enough
and then
human
dumps,
judgment
or
involved in the
does it want to
process of
touch
this
VWAP
use of
first?
artificial intelligence,
Actually,
so that we are not either hostage
let's see.
to the mechanics.
I'm probably
itself.
scaling into this position at
Do you think
VWAP.
that fears over generative AI
I just want to see how they're going to
rendering
react to it
certain jobs
first.
or industries absolute are legit?
Hold on, how long is
And
this
there
event?
anything a central bank can do?
Is it 2 hours?
I don't think we know. So you see this massive investment boom. You see, serious people.
Oh
in,
shit,
private
jolts.
sector and the public
Oh, that's
sector.
probably why we're getting.
There's a sense of something big coming.
That's probably
here.
why we're getting.
And it feels like what that will be is it will eliminate some jobs. It will create some new jobs. And the question really is for many
Actually,
people.
I
will
really
it
don't know.
augment their labor and make them
And I
more
really think
productive,
about
or
it.
will
It
eliminate
says
them?
numbers of
I just don't think
unemployed
I don't
persons
think we
per
know
job
yet.
opening,
It's too early to say. There's not a
seasonally
lot a central bank
adjusted.
can do about that. This is really.
Let's
a
think
job
about it. It
for,
says a number of
we can
unemployed
supervise our
persons
financial
per
institutions and
job
things like that
opening.
to make sure that
So for
they
every
understand what they're doing
unemployed
with all different
person,
kinds of technology.
I
But,
guess to simplify it, for
so
every
like
one job
everybody else,
opening,
we're
there's
meeting
10
with all the
unemployed
experts
people
and
trying to fill that position.
asking
I'm
ourselves
just
what
going to
will be
keep
the
it that
effects
way to
on
keep it simple.
productivity, on inflation, on growth, and will it be enormously displacing? And if so, one thought is that it'll be more people doing white-collar jobs who are, you know, writing press releases, things like that. So,
So I ended up getting stopped.
investing a lot of time and effort.
But they still ain't touch VWAP. Like what?
You know, earlier forms of AI are
Well,
that's
in American business.
right.
I believe we.
Oh, that's shady and
What
cute.
about-
Golly.
'Cause I know you're focused on the
How many
energy.
points is that?
Well, first, I think when you look at the surveys that we
How
had
does it break this though?
on the use
Dang, that's
of AI
dirty.
companies,
Nah, F that.
you have in terms of empirical evidence
Ooh,
the companies that
ooh.
use AI to enhance existing labor have had better results than companies that have replaced labor for AI.
yeah,
That's something
yeah.
that
This
we
is
know.
definitely
It doesn't
this
mean
inflation is
that some
definitely
jobs won't be
orchestrated, dude.
replaced by others,
I'm
as it was
completely
said.
convinced.
But I
The
think
way that they're
what we
talking
need to
about it.
understand is,
I mean, they had to solve a problem.
what
After
we are
that 2020
seeing
run up,
basically
so many
is an
people got
increase
rich during the
in
pandemic.
ability of
I mean, on
processing
top
data
of getting
and storing
rich,
data. So it's
and
basically computer
then
power
staying at
and
home,
and
not
the
having to worry about
to
commuting.
store data, and that's
You
very
you
energy
can't take that
consuming.
out of a person
You
for
have a
real.
couple of
Like I said, you
dimensions that
can't get
need
me to go
look
back
in.
into an
When
office
it
for
to
nothing.
privacy, where is the limit?
You're gonna have to pay me like,
and what is the
I
taxonomy
don't know,
of
200K
using
starting
this
just for
once
me
it
to get out
becomes
my
a
office,
global
just for me to get
instrument?
out the comfort
What
of
is
my
the
home.
taxonomy of using this?
No,
Because
actually,
you
no,
could
you're
be
gonna have to pay a
talking
little bit more than
about
that.
data centers being
But you
placed
can't get
in
me to.
countries
So I kind of
that have
understand
cheap energy to
what the Fed is
produce
trying to do.
services for
They're
countries
trying to
that
get people to
have
leave
more
the comforts of
expensive
their home
energy.
to get back into the
So
workforce,
once
because if
you
nobody wants
start
to work,
crossing the frontiers,
the economy's
thinking
gonna
about
stop.
how you're going to do this movement globally, I think there's a lot of consequences, and one of which I think is you're going to have very unequal growth between the countries that are more on the edge of producing this technology and the countries that are not, and the energy consumption also will be very unequal. So I think globally we need to look at how we're going to connect the dots and create more or less a taxonomy for this development to be
I mean,
sustainable.
this is set up
In the minutes that we have
launch.
left, want to do sort of
I
a
mean, we
quick
do got we do
lightning
got that
round,
little
of
little
questions.
pattern. I mean, we
Mainly, you
kind
know,
of little
we
double bottom.
talked about
We got a
opportunities.
triangle,
We talked about
and we do have the
economies. What about the
stops
biggest risk
sitting right here.
facing your
We got the
economies?
stops above
And I-
this
and I do
high,
wonder if
and we got the
they're
stops above
same
that high.
or different.
So
Sure,
if
Paul,
the
what's
bulls
biggest risk
can
facing the US
push off this
economy right
level,
now?
we can definitely
Yeah, I mean,
see
I traditionally
run
have
up.
said cyber risk to that
Higher
because
like
it's, you
that.
know, it's we know how to deal with credit risk. We know how to deal with lots of kinds of risk, you know, market dysfunction, things like that. But we haven't really had a big successful cyber attack on a financial market utility or a bank. And that's the kind of thing which I think is, you know, the stuff of lying awake at night. I would also, today though, honestly, really it is just the balance that we talked about, getting the balance on monetary policy right during this critical period. That's really what I think about in the wee hours.
President Lagarde?
Same thing.
Really? Really? Cyber risk?
I think, you know, I'm saying that touching wood actually, and I wish, yeah. Because it's one, if you ask the financial sector, if you ask banks with which we interact a lot, sometimes much to their chagrin, but eventually to their satisfaction in the long run, I'm sure, because we supervise them carefully. But typically, that's a risk that they flag as one of their top priority risk, and on which I think we need to constantly improve the level of coordination, first, second, third line of defense, and best way to respond to those. Now, clearly, I'm concerned as a person more than as president of the ECB.
Yeah, I think this thing's about to rocket higher.
There is against.
I'm gonna leave this ES trade. I just want to see what happens to it, win or lose, and see what happens.
With central banking, but I would contend that this is.
But it does look well. No, it
actually
doesn't,
not the
because we got a
case.
lower
It
low in
does
price.
have a
Got that
ramification
massive
impact
candle
that
down.
we should be
I'm
mindful
thinking
about,
that they're gonna want
but
to
it's a
short
risk
this, but
that is
they're gonna short it.
there
They should have
and
did it
that,
already.
that will come to haunt us. if
So
we don't
I just want to see what it is. This
I
ES
thought you were
trade. I'm
going
not
to say
gonna close it.
geopolitical risk.
Not closing it.
That's there too, right? Facing Europe?
Geopolitical risks as defined by Maurizio earlier on. No, who was it?
Yeah, Moritz.
We heard a lot about geopolitical risk.
It's there, and it's just on
Pump it, pal, pump it.
of Europe. When you look at this horrible,
Oh, that's crazy looking right there, though.
it's a
What is?
major risk which is out there, and
This freaking chart.
is hurting those on the ground.
Oh, okay. So they took out. Yeah. This is going. We're going.
What's your biggest?
We're going.
If you look at
We're going.
market's price today,
We're going.
we'll probably, at least for part of Yemen, especially for Brazil,
Yeah.
part, the conclusion would be
Don't do me like that. Thank you.
but I think that comes and goes, and it has to do with both
You're not gonna do your favorite NQ trader like that.
TP and
You're not gonna do it like that. Boo.
which is
Okay,
the
second
polarization that we
TP.
live today.
I'm out 50%. Now we just got my last two.
On some,
I'll put that.
issues
One.
that are
Here she's
connected
gonna
to
get there though.
and there are not that meaningful.
If we launch it,
Nah,
we'll
I
get
think we
there.
breaking these highs, bro. We going up to
I worry a lot
127,
about
like I
that.
said.
Yeah.
We can do that too.
In 1 year from now, which we
We
hopefully
can do that.
the inflation rate in the U.S. will
Put
be
that there.
You know, mid to low
And
twos.
kind of where
Right
it
there.
is now.
Yeah, well, we have 1 month,
No,
you know, brief
don't lose
the
steam.
low twos.
Get your way up there.
I mean,
Nah, she
sustainably,
good.
durably,
She good.
underlying inflation.
She definitely
Between
good.
2 and 2.5 is what I would say. That would be a great outcome.
Yeah, you at least got to crack the high.
President
Yeah.
Lagarde, 1 year
I
from
mean,
now.
1 year from now.
I mean, I
would
doubt it
say
though. I doubt it.
low
I
twos.
doubt it because I mean,
We are 2.5.
I mean, we may see some
reading,
resistance
and as
right
I said,
here,
bumpy, on the
but
way ahead.
ultimately
Yeah,
we need
low
to take out
twos.
this high right here.
You've
We
been
gotta
closer
take
to
that one out
4%,
first,
President Campos,
and
right,
then once we
lately.
get
So where
it
do you
one of the
think
stops
you are
above
in a
that,
year
like I
from now?
said, I think
Well,
this
I
is the
won't be
real
in the central
reversal
bank
Well,
right
up here.
now, but
We already established that.
I think so.
I think so.
But I think that the work that's being done is very
This is a gamble. This is a gamble.
to be that
I
way.
wouldn't buy it high.
not.
I wouldn't buy it
When you
high
look
at this
at
top.
expected
Wait for the
inflation
breakout and the
today,
retest,
I
man.
think it has a disconnect with the
Wait for the
Yeah.
breakout and the
Well,
There's a
retest.
disconnect with the fundamentals that we have in Brazil.
I would have cracked. Yeah, there's supply up there.
Than the expected.
Supply.
In other words, I think what the market's
But-
seeing today is not.
It's a lot of, I think the Bulls got the momentum right now, so I'm trusting in that right now. But this is a gamble. This is a,
You know,
Yeah.
because if we get 1, 2,
that
3,
would be a good outcome, plus or
and it
minus.
rejects here for the third time,
Is
basically.
that likely?
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable.
Starting to run.
Action.
It's moved up
Actually,
from
let's look at
3.4.
Bookmap.
We touched 3.4, so we're up to 4, but 4 is still a very good.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long time since
Look at Bookmap real quick.
the last time we were at 4 or below for the I was a
You
teen.
should probably front run that a little bit.
Also, unemployment rate in Europe, it's been
Yeah, what they saying on Bookmaps.
0.5%.
Historical low.
Yeah.
And I hope it
Yeah, I
stays
mean,
there
obviously
a year
there's
from now.
resistance coming in
What's
right
the
here.
unemployment rate in Brazil?
Well,
If you look at the
yeah,
our history.
ooh.
What?
I think probably.
Please don't tell me
we're
you're wrong right
A
now.
little bit, but not too much.
What you doing about?
I think what we need to
Look at
the
Bookmap.
rate.
I told you, it's risky.
Shows that the
Yeah,
transfer
you ain't wait for the
programs
breakout and
have an
retest
impact in the
first. I mean,
participation
I think the Bulls
rate.
got
Our
it. I think the
participation
Bulls
rate
got
goes
it.
down, and then it's
The only
recovering
what
a
I was
little
saying
bit
ooh
at the
about
margin.
was
And I think it will become
you just have to be
important to understand
mindful
what is
of the
dynamics of the
CBB.
participation rate
It's
going forward.
negative on both charts. It's
finally,
negatives.
Chappelle, were you,
So I don't know if the
were you
so Alfred, if you're
a
still in the
two-cut
chat,
dot or a
so
one-cut
is
dot for
the
2024?
chart that's on the far right,
No
is that an
comments.
hourly chart?
Thank you.
Is those
very
are
much.
hourly
Well,
bubbles or something like that?
I tried.
All right. Oh, the one in between the two.
No, like the one that's on the far right where it has all the bigger numbers on it.
So thank you there for such a wide range
I thought those were
discussion and
like the far right. I
Oh,
thought
that's a
those were
zoom.
quite a
orders
few
that were-
jokes even without Governor Wade.
That's just a-
here. So well done, guys. You really helped end the first day of Sintra on a high. All
Because
that's left
when I
to
look at
say now
Bookmap,
is
I look at
please
that one on
join
the
us
far
all
right. So he said that's
downstairs
like a
where we'll be
zoomed out.
taking
So
the
it's
group
basically the
photo.
first
Thanks
chart,
a lot,
but
and
zoomed
please
out.
join us
Okay.
again for day 2.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of look at that because honestly, I feel like that's a good tool for momentum, and the momentum is bullish right now, obviously. All right, power pump, baby. Here it comes, baby. Here it comes, baby. Power pump it.
We need like 13 more points.
Yeah.
So was 5 minute. Now we did tap in. I think why we got that rejection on 15-minute supply. He tapped into that, but it's kind of weak though. Well,
So
it covers that.
my bad. Go
Let's
ahead.
go back. Okay. This is from Friday. All right, let's see if we can at least crack into that. Hourly. Yeah, hourly's trying to fight through a bunch of as well. Let's front run that a little bit. So right there.
All right, so now we can reduce our risk a little bit because, man, if this comes back, yeah, then we're wrong. But like I said, I think we good, man. I think we good, man.
Yeah, we just need this breakout. We need to finally break out. Crack these orders.
Oh, actually, this is the 5th. Let me look at this on a smaller time frame. Hey, ooh. Yo, they need to hold this level, yo. They need to hold it. It does look like they're trying to, but they need to hold it. They need to hold it or we're gonna get a drop. Yeah, this looks like if price gets under 2070, we'll see a flush down. We'll see a flush back down. So the bulls are gonna have to hold it. It doesn't look like right now they're buying, obviously, but I don't think that they're gonna have a lot of buyers here at this level, especially with resistance right here. We still have to get over this high. I mean, this is still the final boss that the bulls have to get over. They tried once to get over it, and they tried twice. It's their second attempt to try to take that high off. And this is looking like a reversal. You say you believe in the bulls?
He's about to get regarded. I believe in him. He's still talking?
No, the event is over. That's why I was like, the power pump coming. Or maybe this was the power pump from here all the way up to here. Or maybe that was it.
Yeah, it's like pump's over. We're gonna dump it.
Nah. Hey, yo, Powell, that pump was weak. That shit is weak. That power pump was weak.
This is looking 5 minutes looking beautiful for the next leg up. We got solid candles above these wicks and everything. Yeah, we're looking beautiful. We just need
The bulls are coming to push.
Yeah. Need to freaking come in here. CL's red. Nasdaq pump. Speaking of CL, how you doing today, CL?
Yeah, I almost took a trade on CL yesterday. I was like, nah. It's always a trade you don't take the ones that work out. But I was like, man, I looked at gold yesterday. I might delete gold off my chart. That shit was literally sitting in one spot yesterday. Like, price was sitting at one price level for more than 5 minutes. I was like, dude, I don't have to ever deal with this, and I'm not.
I might delete gold. What happened to okay, gold? Okay.
Gold was literally sitting at 24.61 all night, or wherever the hell it was at last night. Where was it at? Around the time. Yo, it was literally sitting at, it was like 23.41.6. We just sitting there. It didn't even move or nothing. I was like, oh, hell no. I don't know. Yeah, fuck that.
Boom, baby. TP1 hit. He long the top. How did he keep getting away with this?
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
No.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's see if we can get this target hit.
I'm going. I'm front running 120, so I'm at 118.
Actually,
10
like
more
I said, we might see that rate. Ooh, shoot.
You saw that? I said the same thing. Like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Ooh, shit.
Oh, don't do me like that. It got me.
Hold on. Where's the high? Where's the high? 107. Like I said, I think that 114 level, I had a range from 114 to 135. But that's when you said 18, I was like, you might want to kind of front run 14. You might want to front run that.
Let me see. It's crazy to buy this high.
Yeah, it is, bro.
It is.
It's absolutely crazy.
I'm not gonna. The hourly. Look how bullish the hourly is.
Well, Power just got done pumping. Of course, it's going to push.
That's true. How's it going?
Oh, gain weight. You know, I've been long this entire time. I have not shorted the NQ. I shorted the ES, not the NQ. Honestly, I don't think I don't really short the NQ. To be completely honest, I only buy the dips on NQ. I really don't short it. The money is not on the short side with the NQ. I mean, I think that's obvious to everybody. That's not where the money is. I mean, bears only get this sometimes, but I mean, shit, if you trade with the overall trend, you'll make more money with at least the Nasdaq. Sure, don't do it. The market's going long. No, I'm shorting. Oh,
Order filled.
oh, oh. All right. So let's see. Honestly, I think let's see. Let me look at my ES trade because I think ES is about to drop too. We got to 38. We got a double top. We got a double top of this left shoulder. I think that this might be it, guys. I think this might be it. Ugh. Because the ES did not take out that high, even though I just knew it was not going to do it. We got to drop it that high. So if the bears are going to want this, they're going to have to take out that high on the ES right here at 40. But like I said, I think the market is trying to get to 55. If we get to this level first before 55, then I'll be comfortable taking that long back up. If we get to 55 first, then I don't know about this long. I think the market is going to try to go down lower after that. So we'll see. We'll see what how the market wants to play this. Huh. Oh shit, no. Am I doing this right? No, that's not right. So it's 10 times 5. And I got 5 contracts. Yeah, guys, I think this might be the short. I think this may be the short. You can see that people are trying to buy it off of this breakout here. The bulls are going to try to buy it right back up off this breakout. Let's see if they're going to be successful. All right, so price finally got the VWAP. Price is finally at VWAP. Damn. Should have took that damn thing long. All right, so let's see if we can get a fill here at the 21 EMA and become a buyer here.
Order filled.
All right, so let's see. I'm not going to put too much risk on this position because the market does look like it wants to sell off. I only bought at VWAP for it's a risk reward trade, really. That's it. It's not. And so it got to 108. Okay. All right. So this is a risk-free trade. Let's see if the market guys will be in my favor today. Hmm. Oh crap. Oh crap. I didn't even put this at no 114. I'll take like one off at 114 probably. 115. Probably like 135, 34. All right, so let's see if we can get these targets hit. Huh. So it does look like they're gonna try to double top this right here. But let's see. Let's see if they're gonna get to these levels. Mm. I mean, yeah, that is true. Definitely is true. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a breakout of this level. The Bulls can't give this up here. They can't give it up. We would actually need a breakout. I mean, the crazy thing is, my bad. Yeah, the
That
crazy.
was,
Go ahead.
I got pulled away, but I watched the whole thing. That was wicked.
Mm. So the reason why I asked Alfred about that chart on the left, because I think I was watching Friday's live stream. Is that Oso that be talking? Is this? There we go, baby. There we. You. Oh, yo, hit that target.
Order filled.
First target hit, baby. First target hit. Okay, Oso was a guest on. Okay, all right. So that was Oso. He was kind of explaining the stuff on the chart, stuff that I didn't really pay attention to. That CVD, yo, if he was watching that shit on Friday, he would have always known that if we had, I think we had a pump on Friday first, but if he was watching that CVD the whole time on Friday, it was telling you the story that the market was going to drop. Like the CVD was always negative, or at least when I was looking at it, it was negative, and we got that drop, and I was like, huh. And so I'm starting to look at the CVD more, and yo, it's kind of legit. It's kind of a good reference tool. I mean, if you see that we're in negative CVD, then you really shouldn't be looking for a long. You should be looking for the bulls to come back in. If you're trying to be a bull, you shouldn't be shorting or you shouldn't be trying to long when the CVD is negative, and vice versa. it was, I think the entire session was like negative 1,500 as it was going up. So it was always bound to fall. And now I start to look at that now. But the bulls that are trying to short this, yeah, we got the CBD it's positive 1,000. So this is the Powell pump, obviously. Powell was always going to pump the market. So if you try to fight the Powell pump, you just become liquidity real quick. Actually, let me look at my let me see if I got stopped out of this trade. Okay, I got stopped out. Oh no, actually, I didn't get stopped out yet. I didn't get stopped out. It still hasn't touched this high on ES, and that's why I said it's good to trade the ES because honestly, I could put my stop really right here, but I'm gonna still keep my 10-point stop the way I have it, so I don't have to ever worry about getting wicked out or nothing because it's not really supposed to trade above this high for real. And so this is a good example of how the Nasdaq is reaching up into its supply area. It does look like this is a double top on the ES right now, as the Nasdaq is making its way up to its supply area. And it looks like, yeah, that 114 level might have been it. We do see some resistance here. What I will do is actually just move this up a little bit like this. I will move this up. We'll see if they'll touch this 127 level, but it kind of does look like the bulls may exhaust here. If we get a breakout higher, then that would be great. And there we go.
Damn, bro. I feel robbed.
You feel robbed. Man, you're going to take this damn target, goddammit.
Order filled.
All right, you're going to take that target. I'm not playing that game. I don't know, where was you in that originally? All right, so let's see if we can get this.
I was long at 91. I took the gamble, but I saw that drop again.
Oh,
Trying to see when they're gonna drop this though.
like I said, I think they're going to drop it around 37. You said what?
Yeah, like eventually we get that drop. We get the power pump, we get the drop.
Yeah, that correction drop. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm looking at the 127 level. We hit 124. I don't know if they're going to be like, that's close enough. They may say this is close enough.
Right. I mean, the hourly is just bullish though, man. That's the only
Saving
that
grace.
and the 4 hour. Straight up bullish. Yeah, you got 2. Okay, well this one kind of just started here at 9, so we'll see how this 4 hour finishes. But sub 50 points. Do you get your close enough drop right now?
I mean, I got it trailing. I mean, it's trailing. I put it at like 90,
you in it?
89. You said what?
You winning it? You took it?
Oh no, yeah, I've been in this long since I'm in long at 2077. I've been long.
Oh, I thought you took the short.
No, I took the short in ES. I'm a short in ES.
Oh.
All right, let's see how that's doing. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. Let's see what the hourly chart is looking like. My ES trade is still holding strong, baby. I'm only 2 points in drawdown right now, so we'll see how that plays out. Only 2 points in drawdown. But if price does get up into this 55 level, I'm shorting for sure. I'm shorting in my other account. I'm shorting 55 for sure. For sure. If price gets up here, we dropping. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We dropping.
I wonder if they do drop it, if they try to take it to point of control over there on point of control at 2080.
Mhm.
That would be a good spot to take it down to.
I wouldn't long it though. I think I wouldn't long anymore on the Nasdaq. I would kind of hold off. If you're not in this long already, me personally, I would hold off. I mean, you can scalp, obviously. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your account, obviously. But there is a lot of bullish momentum in the Nasdaq right now, but the Nasdaq has not done a couple of stuff. We've had all this, or let me see if I can get on a higher time. Actually, let's just go to the exit that out. Let's get the higher time frame chart on this one, because yeah, we tapped into this area of supply and they might be selling it down. 24 might have been good enough, because I mean 114 was definitely the start of this range. 127 was where I was kind of looking at, and 135 to 40 would probably be like the extreme. We traded back into this range, but we got a major drop here. You got a major drop here, so the bulls are definitely going to have to take out this area, and they're going to need a break, price acceptance above this consolidation area, a retest, and then we can possibly see all-time highs after that, because there's no areas of resistance after 140 for real. There's really no resistance. So are we going for all-time highs, baby? After that. But yeah, I think, yeah, this is definitely going to be the area where the bulls got to prove they want it. And I think I had another area on the Nasdaq that if they did get on this area, if they did trade past this area, this is an area where I will be looking at that 204, 215 to 225 area. If they get past this, it's highly likely that if we trade into this area, we will see a reversal, possibly back into this range right here. If they get past this, and when we see this, actually, let me just draw it. Honestly. So if price does this, and we get in here, we get a breakout, and then we start to see them grinding it down into this area of support somewhere, and then we see this move up like this, I can definitely see a V reversal down from here. I can definitely see that. That's if that happens. But I highly doubt that they'll get it past this level for real. Unless the bulls really want it. Hey, all I'm saying is my bearish thesis has not been wrong yet. It has not been wrong yet. My bearish thesis have not been wrong yet. I'm an experienced bear, baby. You go against the short, the sharp short, it just become liquidity for it, baby.
So I'm curious to see if they take it. If they drop it here. Curious to see if they take it to which point of control. But bulls are fighting. They're fighting.
I mean, this is what kind of happened yesterday, yo. This is what kind of happened yesterday. Like, I mean, I know why y'all say that. I mean, these bears are super weak, man. I mean, they are weak. And that's why I don't take shorts. I would rather take longs, because the bears are weak. Especially with, like I said, that move yesterday, with all that bearish momentum, and they didn't even get past the low yesterday, and that's what made me confident in staying in the position. Let me see if I can. Yeah, they had all this bearish momentum down. Once they got this, like once this was like the biggest break that they had yesterday, they didn't get it past it. And so once I saw that, I was like, okay, I added to my long. I was like, nah, this shit going up. That shit going up. I'm still in it long, baby. Let me see. I'm trying to move this up. I seen two ghosts and it was kissing and hugging on stage. You know, I listened to Euphoria for the first time, and I have no clue why anybody said that Drake, that clown song that he came out against that was better than Euphoria. Like, I can't believe that the media was saying that Drake won that first round. Like, did y'all not hear you? Like, did you not listen to Euphoria, the whole thing, and really listen to what Kendrick was saying? You said Drake won that? Like, what? What? Drake was being sassy and all his. He was being sassy and petty. Sassy. You say he won that? Like what? Talking about the man's personal life. You're not even rapping about nothing no more. So what if somebody impregnated his girl? That's for him to decide if he wanted to stay with her or not. Not for you to put that out. Like it's like he's like, honestly, I lost a lot of respect. I lost respect for Drake when he came out as a gangster thug once he was talking about loving strippers and shit. But dude, like, that's none of your business to be talking about shit like that. It's like, oh, did you hear Kendrick's girl got pregnant by Dave? Like, what? What? Anyway, I think that's kind of lame, in my opinion. That's lame as hell.
Three ghosts left. I see two of them kissing and hugging on stage.
I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YMW Melly. Like I said, I listened to that a couple of times. I was like, there is no fucking way. No way people thought that Drake beat this. Like, there's no way talk about what was it, drop and give him 50? Like, really? Being sassy on the record? Like what?
Drop.
Like, girl, you won't believe what happened to Kendrick. Like, that was that whole record for real. Did you know? And I know that there's new terms like glazing and risen, and obviously I didn't know what the fuck glazing meant until I saw it in real life, and then the word just made so much sense. The media was glazing Drizzy, like, dude, get off your knees. Like, Drake didn't say nothing in that fucking record for y'all to be on y'all knees like that. He ain't said nothing. Talking about Drake won that. Drake is the greatest of all time. He ain't said nothing in that record for all that.
He didn't even write his own stuff.
Yeah, like he didn't even write the diss track. And then all this stuff about Drake is coming out where his first classic was actually ghost written for him. So it's like Drake is very accomplished, yo. I mean, we can't sit here and say that he's not, but he has a team. It's not Drake by himself. And it's crazy that he tries to go after real MCs that don't got a team like him. It's crazy that he does that. I mean, the only rap battle he won against was Meek Mill, but Meek Mill didn't really have a team behind him for real. Pusha T had Kanye West. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. You gonna go after Pusha T when I don't think Pusha T has made a bad record yet? You gonna go after him and then you gonna try to go after Kendrick? Like, come on, bro. Your writers ain't like that. You ain't got a writing team like that. Like, but can't wait. It says sassy on it. Hey, look at that short record though. The Bulls having trouble in that area that I pointed out. I want to point that out. They got to get past this area first. So let's see where it got. Let me see where it got to. Huh. So it reached 131. They got to get past this area first. Nah, I'll keep it underneath there.
And in this market, shorts are so stressful.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like that's why I don't like being in them.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I might get stopped out of this ES short, but it still has yet. Actually, no, it took out that high right there. It took this high out, and then we saw that rejection under it. Hold on, am I still on the same time on the same chart? Let me see. Yeah, it took that high out, and we did get a rejection at that high. But all of Drake's classics, it appears that it was ghostwritten for him. So, I mean, technically, Drake is just a very successful industry plant. If he's not writing his own stuff, he's a pop star for real. Because the pop stars be getting people to write their songs for them, and people just like the pop star, and they just like hearing the pop star sing. And no one doesn't really care about if a pop star gets their material written for them. But Drake is trying to play like he an MC for real. And if you an MC, you shouldn't be having nobody writing your shit. Like you should be doing your own writing. That's the whole point of being an MC. And that's the mistake that Drake made. And unfortunately, in this situation, he went after the wrong one. And I did see that he actually did sell all his homes and send his family back to France or wherever the hell he sent them from. And he went back to Canada because I guess he can't be in the States no more. Because every time he's gonna walk down the street, everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, minor." I'm pretty sure Drake can't do another concert because I'm pretty sure that's what everybody would say. Yeah. Oh no, I agree with you, man. I agree with you about Drake. Like I said, I like Drake when he was kind of like what Kendra said. When he was singing the melodies, I don't like Drake when he's acting tough. When Drake made that transition to acting tough, like I was like, dude, like, man, that's like Drake was the type of music that you put on for your girl. Like when y'all trying to get serious and intimate with each other, now you're trying to act tough. Like, when did that happen? Like, when did that happen? Dude, he was soft. He was crying because a scripper hurt your feelings. Because she didn't say she loved you type shit. Like, when did you become a thug? Like, that's what threw me off with Drake, and that's when I just stopped listening to him. And then all that sneaky shit that he did with people's girls. Like, I don't understand what it is about his hard on about talking to people's girls. He's doing it to the right people because he come across the right one with that type of shit. He won't be here. He's only doing it to people he know he can get away with. Like that type of stuff is petty. Like messing with a man's wife, messing with a man's daughter, all that type of slick stuff that Drake likes to do. Nah, he's doing that to the right people, the ones that got shit to lose. He says, yeah, I mean, it does look like it. It does look like it. All right. Let's look at this NQ trade. Okay. So we do now have a strong high on the NQ. We got a strong high. I think this is it, man. I think this might be it. This might be it. This might be it. So, I mean, if the bulls don't come in right here, I mean, if they don't come in at this little area of consolidation, I mean, you already see that they bounced it here already. If they come in here and they don't do something like this, if they break this range, I mean, we could get a test back down to VWAP. We could, but I mean, the market just gave up this entire move. So we could see a move back down to VWAP. And depending on the momentum of the market, we could see a bounce up. Now, I know I just said that the CVD is a good tool, and I'm still looking at it right now, even though we're getting this sell-off right now. The CVD is still positive. So there is more buying than selling in the market right now, even though we're getting this downward movement. So this could be a pullback to test back into this area right here. It could be into this area of consolidation. And from here, the bulls are definitely going to have to try to bounce this from this area. So that's what we're going to have to see. But the bears are definitely going to have to come in with some strength if they want to push this price down lower. Actually, let me look at that because that was actually something I saw. Okay, oh yeah. It's actually something because if that's the case, then that thing actually did just make a move up like that. And we got to pull back. We got to move up. We did get a move back down, and they did retest this area. I see 2 equals 3 goes less, and I see 2. I'm kissing it. I'm making stage. Yeah, more got it. Well, all right. All right, so let's see if they'll come back in here. Let's see. But the way that the 50 and the 21 is pointing to the downside, that might be a push right here. All right, let me look at my ES short. Yeah, I mean, from my entry, I've only been, what, 4 points, 5 points in drawdown. Honestly, I would have scaled into this if this was a real position that I was And so I would have been scaled in at 30. Actually, this probably been a scale in right here. I would have probably scaled in right here. Let's see if this is going to be the drop. Hey, gang, wait. When the Sherm says short, when the Sherm says it's a short, baby. The Sherm short too. When the Sherm says it's a short.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm out of that NQ long. When the Sherm says it's a short, baby, is a short. Say it with me, gang, wait. Say it with me, gang, wait. The Sherm short, baby. The Sherm short, baby. Anybody says it's a reversal, though. I don't think it's a reversal. I don't think it's a reversal, though, gang, wait. I'll give you that. I don't think the market reverses here, but I said it was short. The Sherm short, baby. All right, so let's actually look at that. So we did tap into that area. We did tap into it. We got to about 30, so we did stay within that range. And from the highs, what is this? Like a 50 point drop? It's only a 50 point drop, but we did short from this range right here. So we got to put that. Now we're gonna start tracking this shit. We're gonna start tracking it. Where is it at? Because I keep saying that I'm gonna keep tracking these NA meeting, the call outs that we have from the NA meetings, and I never do it. So we're gonna start doing that. Or I guess I'll start doing that. Huh. All right. Maybe it's in my documents folder because I could have sworn. I know I did it. I know I had it. Or maybe I didn't download it or something. Maybe that's what I didn't do. Maybe it's in my downloads folder. Mm. All right. So yeah, I got this. So we got the NQ. We got the short from the NQ, baby. We got it. We got the short. It was short. Strategy, time, quantity. So we had a range. So, So to be fair on this, I was looking at 127. So how I'm going to start doing this is to track this. I'm going to set a range. And I'm going to set my entry point. I was looking at 127 as an entry. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to, I mean, if it goes past further, I'm just going to use my entry. I was looking at 127 for our entry. We got price to trade all the way down to 2080. So we're going to take that. That was a 50-point play. And we're going to start tracking that. And multiplier, I think it's what, It's like $2. $2. Oh yeah, I was short. No, that's how it's supposed to be. Quantity. One. All right, so
Yeah.
it was up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Not the best. Not the best day, but it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as at the end of the day,
18 trades.
I'm just delete this.
15 wins, 2 losses, $90 in commissions. It's still pretty good, pretty efficient.
Yeah, I think so.
These trades have been kind of dumb and scary, actually, the ones I've been taking. But it's a good thing I've only been doing scalps, so that's all good.
We don't need the P&L. We just need the. We don't need this. We'll just have it. We won't pay attention to it. But what we will pay attention to is how many points we got from top to bottom. That's what we will do. Oh crap, let me see.
Oh, whose journal is that? Where you get that from?
So I just downloaded this journal off what's this dude's channel's name? He provides like a simple journal, and I was like, dude, this is all I freaking need. I was actually gonna do some research and actually figure out how to do this, and then the universe provides. The universe always provides, dude. I swear it does. Because as soon as I was looking for this, I was like, man, I'm gonna need something to track the NA meetings, the levels that we call out at the NA meetings, so we can promote that once you get back, and we can really start promoting what we do. And what was his name? And this is actually his channel is actually pretty good. He's really good, but he doesn't have a lot of videos. But he's really good. Man, what the hell is his name? What is his name? Actually, let me do this first. Let me do this because I think I may have. And I want to actually do my my trading videos in the same style that he does it. Jumpstart trading. I want to do it like that.
You said he's good, though.
Well, I mean, we don't know. Okay, so obviously this is YouTube, so you said what?
You don't have enough sample size to see.
Yeah, he has videos. He's one of those guys where he looks the part. He's really good at explaining concepts, but I think he was a real prop firm trader, so he doesn't trade online or anything, but he does have some good videos explaining concepts. And this is the guy right here, Jumpstart Trading. He had a simple trading journal, and I was like, this is exactly what the hell I need to just track the levels that we call out on the NA meetings. Yeah. I'll probably have like a second one to where, well, no, I don't want to really track because I mean the dashboard does that for you, so I don't really need to do that. But yeah, I would recommend going through this list right here. It's very simple. It's not going to be advanced, but I mean, if you just want to start, I mean, this guy knows when you listen to it, he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about, but he's not going to give you anything that's going to be, oh my God, like where was this guy at my entire life? But I would definitely watch his videos, and I want to put my videos the same style, just like this: simple, clean, precise, and to the point. That's what I want for my teach me how to trade videos and stuff like this. That's what I want.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, if you want to download the journal that I got, it's right. I think it's this. I think it's this right here. No chart. No. It's one of these damn links. It's one of them.
Order filled.
It's one of them.
You went along?
Nah, I think I got stopped out of my ES trade, honestly. I probably got stopped out of the ES trade.
Oh, I thought you maybe took a Nasdaq trade.
Mm-mm. I got stopped out of
Cool,
ES.
man. I'm gonna go ahead and dip, y'all.
Okay. All right.
All right, trading.
All right. So with the all right, Smith. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream too. I got 15 minutes into my meeting. So we caught that NQ pump. I could have took profits on the ES, but like I said, I just kind of wanted to see what that trade would do on the ES. I was in profit in that trade plenty of times today. I could have closed it out, but I just wanted to see what it was going to do. But I will be shorting 55. If price gets up here, I will be shorting, and I'll be scaling in 55. Actually, I just show it to you. So obviously price didn't get down here, and I might actually cancel this because if we're going to continue to go up and we take out 55, this little range right here, if price takes out this range and then we do get a reversal down, I'm not going to be too confident about taking a long here. I'm not going to be too confident because if we get from 60 all the way down here, that's a lot of bearish momentum. I don't know. It may work. We may get a couple of points, but that's a lot of bearish momentum down if that happens. So, yeah, that's what we'll be doing. But yeah, this is kind of why I was like, yeah, I'm going to start trading the Nasdaq, get back with the Nasdaq again because, yeah, the ES, you got to be perfect with her almost to get really good trades with her. And then you got to wait for it. Rest in peace, shorts. You said, Alfred, I referenced myself in third person. You talking about the Sherm short? Don't inverse the Sherm short. But anyway. But we'll see. The bulls are definitely going to have to come back in here and they're going to have to bounce it. I'm definitely shorting this area. Well, I think I'm done for the day actually. I think I'm about done. I think I'm about done.
All right, man. Yeah. Wednesday, and then Friday with Thursday, freaking holiday, so that merges into Friday. So I don't got a short week, short trading week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's try to stay green until we get to the weekend.
I think we got non-farm. We do have non-farm payroll on Friday. We got.
Oh wow, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I'm not touching non-farm. I'm gonna trade it in the sim.
Why?
Just to.
Yeah,
just to be reckless. I'll probably trade it in the sim. Test levels, but I'll wait till the noise dies down. Market open to actually trade other accounts. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace
See you
out.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll come back in tomorrow. So we got 4th of July on Thursday. So they may do something absolutely crazy tomorrow. We can see some crazy price action tomorrow. Actually, we may see a super pump. Historically, holidays have just been days where they pump the market up, and then they come back in on the next day, and then they super short it. So that's been a trend. That's definitely been a trend. They may continue it into 4th of July. Honestly, from what I've seen, like 4th of July, Veterans Day, American style holidays have always, well, not always, but for the most part has been bullish. So we'll see if we get like some super bullishness going into tomorrow. We will see. Gainway says the shorts never work. Yeah, unfortunately, we all know that, Gainway. We know that. I think every bear cries about that. We know that we just don't have real control of this market and that the bulls just completely take over this thing. The bulls completely take over this market. And the bears definitely going to have to pick their spots to short. Let's actually look at where the Nasdaq is overall on the higher time frame. So yeah, we did get that short down, but that was short-lived. They bought it right back up at the 21 EMA. So I highly doubt it, man. That would kind of be, I would doubt that. I would seriously doubt that, but I would doubt that. We may see some resistance at 70. We may see some resistance at 70, but honestly, I'm thinking that they're going to try to get back into this range. Let me make sure. Yeah, 204 to 225. Let's actually look at that. I mean, you can do whatever you want, honestly, with your account, obviously, but 204 to 225. 204 to 225. Yeah, right at the bottom of this range right here. Right at the bottom of this range where we got that breakout. You can see 225, 204. Somewhere in this area is where I think that price will want to tap into, and we can see a short. I'm thinking if we get the 270, we're definitely going to see a reversal there. We're definitely going to see a reversal here, or somewhere in this area right here. Yeah, because there's heavy resistance in this area. But I do want to, we are making higher lows. We are making higher lows as price continues to go up on the Nasdaq. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep that range at 204 to 225. The bulls are definitely going to have to prove that they want it past this area right here. They're going to have to prove it. And I do feel that we're going to have to see some resistance. We can always come back to this area. And then if the bulls really want it, they can buy it somewhere in this range right here. They can buy it somewhere in this range. Probably at 230, they'll come back and buy it. 230 to 240, or I'm sorry, 130 to 140, I apologize. Somewhere in this area. And then they're going to probably try to take out this left shoulder, this right shoulder. And if they can take out this right shoulder, we can take out all-time highs. So I mean, that's not necessarily a challenge for the NQ, but we do have to pay attention to this. We do got to pay attention to that. That's not going to be. We do got to pay attention to that. And on the ES, that's the same thing. I got like 4 minutes. Huh. I mean, the ES has been making lower lows on the way down, which is crazy that the bulls keep buying it back up on the ES. This makes it crazy that it keeps making lower lows and it still breaks highs. That's crazy. That's defying chart gravity for real. But that 55 level, that 55 to about 62, and the bulls are definitely going to have to prove it in this area. They're definitely going to have to prove it. And that's what I'm going to be watching for. But all right, guys, we ended today green. We did take a loss on the NQ, or not the NQ, the ES, but the NQ definitely brought the account green. So that's all I have. We'll do this again at 6:30 tonight, and we'll see if we can come up with a game plan going into the day before July 4th. I do expect for the market to be green tomorrow. I don't expect for us to get a real reversal. If we do, we will plan for it. We will be prepared. We will adjust. But my current bias is going to be to the long side. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. But all right, guys, peace out.